Hello, trading is closed on December 16th, 2015. My call from last evening was that if we had a gap over the day's high, which I thought was likely to happen, that the rally could keep on going, which is what happened. We took out a failed MEJT target of 2,067 and change from earlier in the month. Because we are over the target, this is a resistance area, and I'll point out later on why it's a strong resistance area based on some other stuff. I've gotten calls, I should say I've gotten emails from a number of people in the past week asking about getting software, the same ones I use. If you don't have TradeStation, all the rules are in my book. Harriman House sells the book. Online retailers sell it also. If you have TradeStation, you have to go to the left of the screen, which isn't in the window here. Go to the Trading Apps tab. Go to the Trading Apps Store. Click on it and search for MEJT. We are looking into having software for other platforms. The problem is, although there is demand, it's spread out. It is spread out over a number of different platforms, so we don't have enough from any one platform at this time to justify doing all the work and writing a new program in a different language. Anyway, early on, MEJT said ultimately higher prices would print. The target printed immediately. That was the minimum. We almost always got more than the minimum, and we did. Later on in the afternoon, the system gave a buy, not a very strong one, but still a buy. You can see it wasn't strong because we did trade significantly under the price at which the signal was given. But when that happened, the F means it was a false move and higher prices would print, which they did. No new signals for MEJT. Well, I have a higher price target, but there's a lot of resistance here. So let's see what's going on. Here's why I have a higher target. Here's a reversal bar on the daily chart. It involves the lower Bollinger Band when it's flat. Typically, it leads to a challenge of the upper one. It doesn't have to touch it, and it doesn't have to happen in a hurry. I've seen it take weeks. But ultimately, I like to see that print. After today's action, I'm not so certain that's going to happen. Here was what I used for a target on the move. I actually picked this one. Thought we'd top out around 2068, 2069, something like that. Retrospectively, had I picked this one at 38.2 and that one at 61.8, I would have hit today's early high on the nose. Of course, retrospectively, you can always do everything correctly. We have a three-leg Fed whipsaw. The announcement was at 2056. We got 13.5 points down, 20 3/4 points up. There's nothing that requires us to stop here, but if there is a reversal from here, we should trade under 2056 by greater than 20.72 points. The initial move after the FOMC announcement, which was a drop, almost always tells us the next major move in the market. In addition to the indication that this move is going to be reversed and go under this low, and in addition to that resistance over here, we're trading over a TDST line on the 78-minute chart. There's always resistance over a TDST line. The same resistance can be found on other time frames, like here. There is what I consider to be very strong trend line resistance on the daily chart. If you connect that low and that high, you get this high on the nose. Connect that low and that high on the nose too. I don't think that's an accident. Yesterday, at the close, it was positive that we had gone over all of these prior lows. We had a strong rally today, and at the close, we could not overtake any of these prior highs, which is not good. So we have rallied to a strong resistance area based on many factors and haven't really accomplished anything. If we gap up tomorrow over these highs, we've overcome resistance and the rally can go on. That's one possibility. I don't think it's very likely to happen. And if it does not happen, I look for a drop tomorrow. And that is today's call.